Okay, well, I'm back. Here we go, we've got a full sunrise this morning. Different position, because it was over there the other day, and then it was over there. Not quite sure what's going on. Yeah, just like to address a few things. Now, you've all watched my video concerning angular momentum. Just to recap, in our solar system we've got all the planets and they're all stable because they've got their own path that they take. The moon does this, the sun does this, and Mars does this, and they're all stable, yeah? And that's called the angular momentum, which is the equation L. We've already been through that. Now, another planet comes in the system, like, well, let's just say that one. It's going to disturb the natural balance and the angular momentum of all said planets in that solar system. It's quite simple, really. And that is the reason why the moon is flipping, or the Earth's flipping. All the planets are disorientated, and it's to do with angular momentum. And a few people have got back to me. Homebrew's got back to me. You all right, mate? Yeah, good, mate. You all right? You want anything? Your car, I don't want to see your car, mate. Yeah, Homebrew got back to me and said it's got nothing to do with angular momentum. Well, I respectfully disagree. And I do mean that. I've got to disagree with him. I mean, it's all to do with angular momentum. Now, so I'm no scientist. I'm just a normal guy who's just done a bit of research and found out a few things, that's it. But to say that it's got nothing to do with angular momentum is quite a statement. Considering if you've watched my video, guys, and my subsequent graphic explanation, I don't think anyone can deny that it's got something to do with angular momentum. And like I said, never heard of it until a couple of weeks ago. So, but I read the papers, I've read the Einsteins, I've done all my research, and it makes perfect sense to me. Perfect sense. So how you can say it's got nothing to do with angular momentum, I've got no idea. And critical mass, you know what I've told you about critical mass. This is where we're at now. Everything from the micro to the macro to the cosmic is all to do with critical mass, and we're going to reach the point of critical mass in the next couple of months, which means basically a nuclear explosion in every sense of the word. Everything. Geopolitically, sociologically, psychologically, economically. There's a list as long as your arm, and that's what we're coming to now. And there's going to be a kaboom. But fear not. Absolutely fear not, because we are in for some amazing times ahead. The elite's reign is over. They know they're in big trouble, put it that way. And I'm sure there's some kind of space war going on that we don't know about. Well, I can see it. I've seen a few anomalies in the sky, so if you follow me, you'll know. And as for the shape of the Earth, well, that's got to be the number one question, hasn't it? That really has. I mean, how is anyone really supposed to know with so much bullshit we've been told and lies? It's nigh on impossible. Is it round? Probably not. Is it egg-shaped? Might be. Is it flat? It is in some parts. Are we stationary? I can't see it. I can't see us being stationary, because what are we on? If we're stationary on Where are we? What's underneath? What we're just middle of nowhere? Don't get that. I said I'm not here to defend or deny any flat earth or round earth person, or egg earth, or funny shaped earth, or wobble earth, or whatever earth you want to call it. And in the grand scheme of things, at the moment, it doesn't really matter. I don't think so anyway. Like I say, it's just one of those questions, isn't it? But when people come out and just say, "Ah, you idiot, the earth's flat," or, you know, it's just a ridiculous argument to come out with. And some of the people commenting, they've got no channel, they've got no content, and all they do is tell you that you're wrong. Which is, you know, it's totally up to them. And I told you I don't mind being wrong, but don't just come at me and say you're wrong. Especially when I've gone to the trouble of actually doing a little bit of research and finding out about the angular momentum, which I found was a fascinating subject, as was critical mass. And those two things combined is where we're at right now. And it's not the Earth doing moon doing cartwheels, it's the Earth that's flipping and flopping. You know? And last night I watched Orion's Belt out my window, say, and I've got a star lined up with that. Pretends that's a window frame there. And I've got a star lined up there, I can see it, and within the space of a couple of seconds it's disappeared. So I've got to keep going like this to get it in view again, then it disappears. So the motion of the Orion's Belt in the sky last night was moving at some speed, real-time speed. I mean, I don't ever recall it moving that fast before. I really don't, because I would have observed it. Because I say I've been an angler for most of my life, night fishing, so we stay out for days and weeks just looking up at the sky. So I would have noticed if Orion's Belt moved like this. I would have done, but it didn't. So it shouldn't. Right, I can stare straight at that sun now, which you can do early in the morning. As you know, I've told you that. And it's got a white colour now, but when it comes up in almost like orange, it's changed completely. Anyway, there's nothing to see here, so I'm going to get back home and get a coffee.